Hey guys, Jignesh Jain here. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel where we review all the GSIs and ROMs. Also get some tips for the Android phones. So today I have made this video specifically on Hentai OS. So as you can see it's on Android 10. Yeah, it's a previous and old version. But the security patch level is 5th May 2020 and it has Google Play System update of 1st September 2019. Kernel version you can see from here and the build number is also written if you want to see. Okay, before getting into the review, I'll tell you that I was not keen to review this ROM. This has also been released in the past, but due to the system issues and TWRP issues, I have always avoided this ROM. But I don't know why it came to my mind that I'll bust all the myths and problems around this ROM. So don't take me into the wrong sense. It's a great ROM if you want to use, but it's an hyped more than usual, and it's not what the developer actually says. So basically, it's a good ROM, but the developer has hyped it to the another level. To be very frank, so we'll go step by step so that we can bust all the myths around this ROM and we can know how smooth this ROM is and what are the features that you should see in this particular ROM. So first thing first, we'll go to the change logs that this ROM offers to us. So moving to the change log, it says that it has an improved battery life and we can get around 12 hours. Yeah, he says we can get around 12 hours by the kernel, but since we are not using it for more than 12 hours, or the battery is an subjective issue, we'll just skip this particular thing. Second changelog says that adjusted bottom corner radius for assistant invocation light. So I have invoked the assistant and you can gauge by yourself what has been done, because I can't see any changes, or nor I use Google Assistant. So basically that's up. I have invoked the assistant. Now you can see that. So for the second one we have done. Third, it says that updated Adreno from 29/4/2000 build. So it has updated the Adreno as per the change log, but this can't be checked. Improved PUBG performance in games. Okay, sorry. Improved performance in games, mostly PUBG. So I am not a PUBG player and I can't say what the game improvement has been made or the performance improvement has been made. But yeah, people say it's a good ROM for gaming, so go ahead and check yourself. Enable fingerprint on descripted user data. I don't recommend it and I won't care if you find a bug. So what developer is trying to say that you can use fingerprint on descripted user data also. I was able to use it before also, so I have no issues with that. So don't know this changelog really concern you all or not. Then it says that added support for latest TWRP, official one only. So he has specifically highlighted that only the official TWRP is supported. But for the first flash, still go to AOSP to keep TWRP flash, Magisk or zip linked here. So I'll say this is the myth and I have busted it completely down. If you want to check the what do we say, if you want to check the details, you can also head to my Telegram group and you will know what I mean to say. So I'll say that I'll just go into the thing that how I have flashed this ROM. So basically I was on Orange Fox TWRP and I directly flashed it via by deleting all the data and formatting my phone. I have just this ROM directly flashed this ROM from the TWRP, but for the first time it didn't flash completely and it just rebooted to TWRP. So what I did is I again rebooted to TWRP from there and flashed the ROM. So the ROM was flashed completely. Then I again installed the Orange Fox recovery after installing the ROM, and I rebooted to the Orange Fox recovery and it booted to Orange Fox recovery. And finally I booted to the system and it worked. So basically this is completely myth that you can't use TWRP or you can't flash it from TWRP. You can easily flash with the TWRP, Orange Fox, any recovery you like. Moreover, you don't need Magisk also if you want to keep the TWRP. I was not using Magisk. I have just installed it now, Magisk, so that I can see that whether we can root this particular ROM or not. So basically this is completely false. So don't go over this. Next it says that fixed UI not keeping dark theme. Yes, after restart. So yeah, now you can have the dark theme after you restart the phone and it's working great. Heads up for this, thumbs up for this. Address some audio related issues and reduce delay. I already had no audio issues, so I can't comment about this. Added support for deep touch, works on lock screen. See how Pixel 1 works, doesn't spam me. This is as per the developer. So I don't know what does he mean, but for me this touch is working. Is it this touch which uh, is it this type of touch that he is claiming? Then it's working good, no issues whatever whatsoever. Then he says this adjusted vibration intensity. I don't feel any difference in vibration, it is already same which it was. Then it says that QC4, that is 26 watt charger support has been allowed, 2000 mAh for stock charger as per stock. So let's see. I have the Samsung's 30 watt charger which is by default available with Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and let's see the charging speed that it's provide. So we are currently measuring the charging speed and its voltage is 4.23 4.25 watt, and it detects my phone as Google Pixel, and I am getting 1900 milliampere and maximum 2040 ampere. So I don't get anything around fast charger support and allowed 2000 mAh for stock charger. So basically I'm getting what he has provided for the stock charger and not for the highest QC quick charge 4 or anything he's claiming to be. But yeah, basically it charges at good speed, and even Havoc OS charges at this speed also. So I'll say that there is nothing great about this charging speed. It's 2040 which is already available in Havoc OS. So that's all for the change logs. Now let's get into the actual ROM performance and what do I really feel about this ROM. So yeah guys, this is the great ROM to use. It has some great features that are available in Pixel 4 itself, but yeah, it doesn't have the always on display. That is the most concerned thing for me. So I won't be using this ROM because it doesn't have always on display. Okay, so now if you see the smoothness of this ROM, it is great. You can just not ignore the smoothness that this ROM offers. You can't even ignore the type of the ROM that it has been built. It has been built by a person who is great with the ROM building as per my knowledge, and he's into this Violet what we say the Violet development since from many months. So I can't say about him, but it's a great ROM, and I'll say if you want to go ahead and have a great gaming experience and a smooth ROM, you can always use this ROM as per your liking. Okay, another thing that I have missed and I have seen this, that the camera version provided by default is okay. Nothing great about this camera version, and I have also tried using Gcam, but I will say that Gcam doesn't works completely with this. The video recording was not working for me. Maybe the version of Gcam is an issue for this particular ROM, but yeah, I was not able to record the video from Gcam. It just hangs up. If you want to see the Gcam version, so it's 7.3.0.8. So yeah, this Gcam doesn't works completely for this particular ROM for me, and you can also root the phone via Magisk if you want to. So I'll close down my video with this particular thing. I'll say just flash this ROM, enjoy the smoothness, and moreover, most of the developers just give the fake changelogs without any uh, without any proof or anything. So if you want to see any particular ROM or want to experience the best thing, I'll just say that just flash the ROM, experience yourself, and then say that the ROM is good or not. But don't go to the changelog hypes and all. So that's it for this video guys. Take care.